Hey man, peace and blessings to the trial. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Remember they said it. Now we speaking on it. I am Mr. Telescope. You know, I watch the Telescope channel. So today, man, we're gonna be talking about these black people that got fired for doing this. Man, y'all check this out. Telescope. Must it always be my people? Must it always be my people, man? Why have you forsaken us? That's what it's looking like, because it's like, I think black people are like, I think people as a whole are, equally idiotic and make bad decisions. But I'm just starting to think that, like, black people, bro, and it's like, I don't hate my people, bro, but it's like, I'm just starting to think that, like, black people just in general be doing some of the most dumbest things. And you know what, as a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say I take that back, but let me give a little context to what I'm saying. I think that because it's a lot of, in our community, it's a lot of secondhand embarrassment, bro, that comes from our people. And I think that a lot of black people, or rather most black people, make some black people look like idiots or animals, man. Like, just like, even that whole display of what I just seen don't make any sense in no regards. And also, I do want to touch on that, like, because I didn't know this until I moved to Augusta, Georgia at one point in time. And I found out that Chick-fil-A was founded in Georgia. And Chick-fil-A is also, how do you say it? It's a religious restaurant. Like, I believe they're closed on Sundays so that people can go to church and stuff like that. I believe the person that created it was heavily in the church. And the foundation is built upon church morale. So, really, the whole video was despicable, but really, the part of the video that I feel like got the whole staff fired was the gay dude doing some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about that is it's like, bro, is that shit really called for? Like, even the females that's doing that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that shit even really called for? This is why white folks don't want to give y'all nothing. It seemed like it was a whole black crew. I didn't even know Chick-fil-A had that many black people working there, first of all. But nevertheless, they was given an opportunity, probably by, a black shift leader or some black management gave them a shot. And just to go viral, they pull a stunt like that. Now they out of a job. Funny thing is, too, like, and I hate to say it, but funny thing is in a lot of senses, we don't really stick together a lot of the times. So one person, like, being that they own camera already, they can't, dispute that it was them on there, because their face is plastered on the internet and it went viral. Their face is plastered on the internet. You can see that it's them doing that at the job in their work uniforms. So it's like a disgusting reputation of the restaurant, because that slows down business. You know what I'm saying? Like, people feel like they can't bring their family there, or, it's a church restaurant. People don't want to be tempted by lust, whatever the case may be, or, you got a punk in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? We won't know where his meat beater's been. You know what I'm saying? So people probably don't want to eat that. They might feel like it's not sanitary. It's a lot that goes into that. But more so, I will say this, like, it seemed like they got an opportunity, probably by, like I said, some black management that was higher up in position, and got them some jobs or whatever. And the crazy thing is they probably not gonna stick together. they probably not gonna be friends in the next 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, after all of them is fired right now, probably I say 3 of them out of the 6, maybe even 2 of them out of the 6 is looking for another job. The rest of them is probably like lost, wondering what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Knowing they done effed up, waiting on their last check, probably calling the job, oh, when I get my last check. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, it's a terrible situation in so many ways. It's really embarrassing too, because it's like, why is it always our females that gotta be doing some shit like that? Like, yeah, the white girl freaky too, but you can look at her and you know that she's this little freak monster, but at the same time, most of the time, she's not really putting it out there like that. Same thing with the Hispanic woman, same thing with the Indian woman, and most definitely same thing with the Asian woman, because you rarely see them doing that. It's a rarity when you see, you know, an Asian woman wilding out and getting wild like that. So, and I know it's been like a little trend to be doing what they was doing, but this goes into what I was talking about before. Like, don't halfway do it. You feel me? I feel like they was halfway doing it. Like, don't halfway do it. You know? If you gonna do it all the way. Like, they halfway home, and that's really what it was. And I don't know what Buddy was doing at the end. That was some crazy shit that he was doing at the end. That shit is just totally demonic. But the whole, you know, breast jumping thing, we've been seeing that. That's a trend. People been normally do it at their house. Females normally do it with their nightgowns on and things of that sort. They doing it at the workplace. Like, come on, y'all. God damn, black folk, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. And it's crazy because they probably like, oh man, they racist, man. They fired us. They racist. Knowing y'all done did some messed up stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Some messed up shit. Y'all making the company look bad. Y'all making y'all self look bad. And y'all making us as a people, as a culture, look bad. I don't know, man. Our people is just lost, bro, in so many ways, bro. And I wanted to just bring this up to see if anybody else agreed, or if anybody else seen this video and they thought what I thought, because it's like, okay, the girls that's dancing, right? Y'all doing that. Now you done lost your job. Like I said before, 6 of them, I believe it was 6 people in the video, I think. 6 people in the video, maybe 2 of them looking for another job. The other 4 is probably just like laid up somewhere, right? So, excluded the punk, right? Excluded the punk. So what y'all really finna do? Y'all finna go out there and go sell some ass? Y'all finna hit that blade? Y'all finna get on the OnlyFans? Y'all finna be selling it on Snapchat? Y'all gonna make a Twitter and sell it on Twitter? What y'all finna do? Cause y'all promoting y'all stuff like 304s, but then when the brother approach y'all like y'all a 304 or what you promoting, when you get approached like what you're promoting, then you see these females curl up and, oh, why you approach me like that? Or why you disrespecting me? And I just find that weird, bro. It's like not even a double standard. It's just like, I don't know. It just seems like motherfuckers just doing shit to be cool, and then you don't know what the hell you doing. Then when somebody approach you like what you presenting yourself as, it's an issue. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna drop some more clips, but y'all check this out real quick. Telescope.
Rabel, I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Sheisty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims. I'm Ryan Rabel, I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas.
So, man, another one bites the dust, man. Another one bites the dust. Nah, to be honest with you, before anybody even heard anything about this story, I must commend Dogface. It was definitely already put out there by Dogface that this was true. It really happened. Him and his homeboys really ran down on Gucci. And I don't really feel like it was no snitching shit because it was already out in the public. On top of, like, people was already saying it. Like, people that was there, people that was from Dallas was already saying that went down. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, too, that Dogface pointed out was you can't even be mad that I'm talking about this. I'm putting it out there. I'm confirming it because the only way that this would be known is if one or two things. If somebody from Pooh Sheisty camp said something about it, or if somebody from obviously Gucci camp said something about it. And I mean, he does have a valid point. If we gonna go by street rules, let's go by street rules all around the board. Let's keep this shit on some square business type shit. Let's not, try to cut corners and be like, oh, nah. Well, we talked about it. It got out there to the public. And everybody know about it in the public, but y'all can't speak on it. Well, niggas making content. Niggas trying to make dollars for their family. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna speak on it. Especially if it's relevant content. And if it's something that, a nigga might feel like they got a keen opinion on, or if they got some insight on, right? And in this case, Dogface has some insight. So he kind of confirmed it, but that's really where I heard it from. And really, Dogface didn't really even say it. He said it at first. He confirmed it, but he kind of partially confirmed it. He brought his homeboy up there who told him, his homeboy who from Dallas who confirmed it to him. He brought him on the platform and he confirmed it. And I was like, yeah, man, maybe a nigga just talking or whatever. But I mean, as the tables turn, you see what everything unfolded. You see what's going on. So allegedly, not even allegedly, but obviously it was true. To be honest with you, bro, it's real unfortunate. Like, music ain't what it used to be. You feel me? They giving these street niggas deals, and niggas don't got no media training, no financial. Niggas don't have no type of financial literacy. Like, even if you don't got media training, niggas don't have no type of financial literacy. So they take these $1 million deals or $500,000 deals. They get their little advance for like $250,000. I don't know if taxes come out of that. I'm pretty sure Uncle Sam get a cut of that. They might be walking away with like $130,000, $150,000 after signing that deal, and they don't know what to do with the money. They buy chains, you know what I'm saying? They buy cars. They going to go get perms in their mouth, go get a grill, VVS's. the whole little startup rapper kit and buy their people some stuff. Before you know it, when it's all said and done, they probably walking away with $9,000 in their pocket. That's more than what they normally probably would have ever had. And probably $1 million worth of debt. You signed a $500,000 deal, you probably gonna be in $1 million worth of debt, right? So they trying to make it look good. Then you might go spend that little $9,000 on budget, like on like, you know, video shoots and stuff like that. Or if it come out of your budget, then you even more in debt. You know, you done took $500,000 deal to what, $750,000. So now you really in the hole. So I mean, dude was fresh out the feds, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people had high hopes for his career, for real. A lot of people thought he was gonna do great things when he got out, maybe, you know, turn another leaf. And that's why you gotta commend niggas like Kodak, right? Niggas like Kodak and NBA Youngboy are a different breed. You can tell, you can see how they setting themselves aside from what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is different breeds. Like, yeah, it's cool to say, yeah, I'm a real street nigga, I'm still in the streets, but you doing music for a reason. You doing music to get yourself out of the streets. And NBA Youngboy came home and didn't look back. Kept running and didn't look back. Same thing with Kodak. Niggas said whatever they want about Yak, but that nigga got home and got straight to it. Everything from from Super Gremlin to the projects that he dropped, Back for Everything, that Peachy joint, you know, he had a good run, bro. He still is running for real. You know what I'm saying? It may be slowing up a little bit, but I don't see it slowing up. It look like he's still running. Like, niggas is still checking for Yak for real. And in this game, bro, it's about survival of the fittest, because niggas might hate you today and love you tomorrow. So it's like, why you putting on a front for the public? Yeah, you know, you the only one that's on 1017. You know what I'm saying? Dude don't want to let you out of your contract. Your wife, his Gucci Man wife, Keisha Kior, is probably running the label. But for the same token, like, I feel like he should have handled that after he got off papers, bro. Like, that was just a crash out move, you feel me? And that's what niggas gonna say, like, that was a crash out move. Like, to be honest with you, like, niggas like Dirk should have still been out here. And I don't wish jail on nobody, but maybe bro needed to sit down for a little bit longer to learn this lesson or something like that. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, either he don't know the law or you just an idiot, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was a crash out move. You feel me? Like, there was no way that you can win by being on federal papers and robbing this man. Now, a lot of people are saying, especially in the comments, a lot of people are saying Gucci Man sent the feds. Nah, Gucci Man probably could have sent the feds. He probably could have had his old lady do it, you know, or she could have did it willingly, right? Because she not in no streets. She not in no street, but she a civilian. So she gonna play that role. Well, you know, he robbed my husband. I'm a civilian. I'm the one that called the police. He told me not to, but I still did. She can do that to cover face, because it was a narrative that was going around that was, you know, said to be like, okay, Gucci Man not gonna speak on this situation because, for one, it's damn near like dry snitching. If he speak on it, it's like dry snitching. And then two, it's gonna make him look, you know, pussy, because you let this young nigga rob you. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be Gucci Man. You know what I'm saying? LaFleur. And you let this nigga rob you, let this nigga get iron on you, take your wedding ring, your necklace, and force you to sign a contract. So, you know, it can go both ways, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, regardless of the necklace that they took, bro, whatever they did, that shit was a stupid ass decision, you feel me? Cause now, even if y'all still do got the jewels or whatever the case may be, and Y'all, the feds ain't get a hold to it yet. And y'all want to melt it down and take it to a jeweler you may know and get it appraised and melt it down, and y'all take whatever y'all can from it. I mean, it was reported that he had $1 million ring, and I think the chain probably was like worth like hundreds of thousands, probably like 500,000. So like, let's say roughly, because he's not gonna get the whole 1.5. So like, let's say roughly, he walk away with like 900,000. If you're doing 20 years in the feds, bro, that shit gonna be burnt up, bro. Then you gotta pay for lawyer fees before you even catch your time. So you're gonna be paying for lawyer fees, and your niggas gonna feel like, well, bro, we still on business for you. You finna pay for our lawyer fees, you know what I'm saying? And he going against the feds. He going against the Department of Justice. He going against the feds. He ain't going against the state. This ain't no young thug shit where he can slip up out of this real easy, you know? His prior case, which they gonna hit him with immediately because it carried a lot of time. So his prior case, he gonna immediately be looking at like 15 to 20 years off the ripple. You feel me? Because he went down to Miami, he pulled fire on the nigga down there in Miami and robbed the nigga down there. They let the nigga off because, and Miami, Florida really don't do that. Florida normally hang your ass. Trust me, I know, I'm from there, and I done caught charges and did time in Florida. So for you to have a Fed case down there, and the feds be down there heavy, like I believe they got like a little state, like certain states got federal buildings. Like I think everywhere got like a specific federal building, but certain states, like the feds set up their operations there because it's such a hub. Like a lot of stuff, new drugs come there. There's a lot of human trafficking in the area. There's a lot of unaliving in the area. So the feds, they set up in certain places, you know what I'm saying? And they operate from there. Because people, you know, you might be from Nashville, Tennessee, but then you might be doing a lot of traveling. You might travel to California. You might travel to New York. You might travel to Miami. So these places, they gonna keep a hub there. The federal government is gonna keep a hub to like where they can track you. They got all their resources that they need there, because if you big time, you gonna go to one of these places anyways. Whether it's to handle business or the flex, you know, street niggas love to flex. You know, y'all gotta flex, y'all buy y'all some designer or something like that, go to hit the stores, y'all go to Bal Harbor, y'all go to Rodeo in California, y'all gonna wanna flex, and the feds gonna be watching y'all the whole time. Now I say this too, like I said before, he gonna be looking at least 15 to 20 years off the ripper, because this dude just got off on robbing somebody with a firearm, bro. You know what I'm saying? You still in the halfway house. Like, you got one foot in the penitentiary and one foot out, bro. You still throwing rocks at the chain gang. You ain't even finished your papers. You still living in the halfway house, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even the halfway house is like being in prison. Cause it's strict, bro. You mess up one little thing, bro, they want to send you back. You piss dirty, you going right back to go do your time. You miss curfew, you going right back to go do your time. You in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, if you say your address here, but then you here. Or you say, you put on your schedule, you finna go here, and then you wind up in this location. You finna go back and do your time. So, the whole probation thing in itself is a trick, but federal probation specifically is a trick, bro. And, I mean, in his situation, he had money to get back to. You know, he was the big Pooh sheisty, and you know what I'm saying? He had a big deal with he had some stuff going on with Gucci. I believe Gotti was co-signing him. So, you know, he had some shit going on. Now, Gotti might look out for him. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say he ain't all the way fucked up, Gotti might look out for him. You know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest, I think it was a video with him and Gotti talking, and that probably was bought. We already know the beef between Gotti and, we already know what's going on between Gotti and Gucci, but the conversation that Gotti had with Sheisty, I'm pretty sure Gucci was brought up like, man, you let this fuck nigga, like, you know, still keep you in this deal, and nah, that ain't how Memphis get on, you feel me? The nigga ain't do nothing for your cousin. He took your cousin chain back when your cousin died, and give you people no money for the funeral. You know what I'm saying? That's a big talking point too, that a lot of people saying, like, you know, Big Scar was supposed to be Pooh Sheisty real blood cousin, and it was nothing done for Big Scar funeral or Big Scar family once he passed away. And I'm guessing, you know, Pooh was locked up at the time, but I'm guessing that, you know, nigga probably felt like, damn, you know, I'm locked up. The shoe could have been on the other foot. I could have got smashed out there on the street, so, you know, passed away from an overdose or whatever. And this nigga would have played my family like that. So when I get out, I'm back for everything, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what niggas' stances is right now. Like that was a crash out move if I ever seen one. That was such a crash out move, bro. Because it's like, bro, why did you have to do that? You could have just, like, some niggas just don't be having nothing to do, bro. Like, niggas be fasting, bro. You could have waited it out, bro. You had a buzz. Niggas waiting on you to start being able to move around and stuff like that. Niggas know your situation. Niggas know you a real street nigga. You know what I'm saying? You really ain't got nothing to prove at this point. You done beat the odds. You really kind of somewhat beat the feds, and you beat the odds because you beat the feds because you got out on probation, bro. You ain't spending the next 20 years of your life in prison. Then you beat the odds because you got a record deal, but it's what you do with the record deal. You got the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? You seen what happened to the niggas like Dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and allegedly, you know, YTB Facts, his people done got, you know, shot up or whatever the case may be. They say they was unalive. At first they were saying he was unalive, but I think they say his sister is unalive or something like that. We gotta check on that too. We're gonna check on that. I'm gonna do a little update on that, but I don't know, man. This niggas just be getting the bag and just fumbling the bag, bro. And I feel like that's what they do, bro. They give the bag to the people that's the dumbest of our community, the people that's the wildest and the loosest of our community. The motherfuckers that's gonna be ignorant with the bag. Now you see Dirk in prison. He in the federal penitentiary. Now he talking about he wanna do something positive. He wanna change. He reading books by Fred Hampton and Huey P. Newton and bro, you should have been doing that shit. You had multiple opportunities and plenty of time to do that. Not only did you have the funds to kind of like fall back and relax for maybe like 3 months, you know, and keep that status. Niggas be what it is niggas be wanna keep that relevancy. They don't wanna die out. So niggas feel like they gotta keep on being a pawn for the industry, doing weird shit, crashing out on niggas. In Dirt case, spinning for Vaughn, you know? So niggas crash out and regret it, bro. You know, especially when you at that caliber of a star, bro, you gotta be sitting in that bitch, bro, in that little ass dorm around nobodies, niggas that ain't really doing nothing with their life, there for the rest of their life. They probably was like high level street thugs, if that. And you just sitting there like, damn, bro, I had generational wealth right in my hands. I was flying here, flying there on other people's expenses, and in Dubai and Egypt, and you know what I'm saying? Like just moving around the world and having my way. And I let this nigga trick me off the streets. Now Quando Ronda gonna get back out and be a young boy still doing his thing. He as a matter of fact, that beef kind of made him bigger, and he just stayed the hell out of it. But in situations like that, man, that just make you be like, man, bro, we lost as a people, man. We damn near cursed. But man, y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation, man. Remember, they said that we speaking on it. I'm Mr. Telescope, not watching Telescope channel. Telescope.